Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. This week's video is a bit different. We are chatting with my dear friend Monica. Her Instagram is us on a bus, and I reached out to her about a month ago, maybe it was a little longer, when we were having our wiring issue, and she was so helpful. We're traveling full time, and I thought it would be great for you guys to sit in on our chat. We go all over with this interview. We talk about myths about bus life. I hope you guys really enjoy this. Monica is such a sweetheart, and let's jump into it. How are you?
Good. How are you doing?
I'm doing good. Are you guys in Michigan?
Yeah, so we're in the UP, so the upper part of the
hand
part. Yeah.
We actually bought our bus in Michigan.
Did you?
Yeah.
We got ours in Wisconsin.
Yeah. That's awesome.
Yeah, where are you right now?
We're in Pennsylvania.
Oh, okay. That's like
cool. Yeah. We just did the roof raise this weekend, so
I saw that.
Exciting. Ooh, and they're wrapping.
Hey? That's super exciting. But yeah, intense.
Yeah. Yeah. I was like, my husband's like, you can go inside.
Yeah.
I was freaking out.
Stuff like projects like that, like test the relationship, you know?
Yeah, they do. They do. And we redid our whole house. So I'm like, I don't know why this is like making me so nervous, but it was.
Yeah,
it's done.
Metalwork in general is just not great for me, at least.
Yeah, not good for me. Tell us a little bit about yourself, your family, your bus.
Okay, so my name is Monica, and I'm a mom. I have 2 kids, 3 and 5, and Joe and I are not married, but I call him my husband because he's basically like my husband. So I guess my partner or my significant other. I mean, he's my boyfriend, but you know, more than that. That's Joe. Yeah, and we have a dog as well, and we have a bluebird. It's like 40-ish feet. I feel like it's a little bit longer than that though, like altogether, but 40-ish. 2004, TC 2000.
I know you guys are like working on it, you know, as you're living in it. And how's that?
That'd be like this space wall thing. Yeah. Spray foam. We're in the middle of, we just like, you know, we're kind of just doing it as we go. Like when we have money, we just kind of like do another project and then also like work and then, you know, like balancing all the things. So we've just been like building as we go instead of doing it all at once and like just blowing all our money. So like, and then like, you know, with lumber prices and stuff, we were like, oh, let's wait a little bit.
I get that. It's expensive. I mean, everything's so expensive.
Everything is. So yeah, that's what's like slowed us down. But you know, we do projects when we can and when we can afford it and just kind of, you know.
Yeah, I know like a lot of people ask the question, like, how do you make money and live on a bus? And like, how do you guys do that?
I know that's like the number one question I think we get.
Yeah.
So I sell like clean beauty, so like skincare, like natural skincare and makeup online. And then I am a social media manager for my stepdad's like construction, or he does like he renovates kitchens and stuff. So I manage their social media and stuff like that. And then and then we also do farming like during the farming season, so like summers. And then so we usually travel during the winter. It's like when we do our bus stuff. So in the summer we like are on like a homestead, and then during the winter we travel. But this winter, I don't know if we're gonna do a lot of traveling because of diesel prices. So we'll probably do like one little trip and not like go around as much. So we'll see.
How many states have you been to?
Ooh.
You know,
I'm like looking at Joe. I'm like
38.
38.
38.
Yeah, I mean, it's like hard to say because some we're just kind of like going through, and then some we've really like spent a lot of time.
We've gone
So
like around the country twice.
yeah, we kind of have done it in like a loop, like, and we've done like repeat dates, so it's hard to like keep track. But
What
I
was your
really
favorite state?
oh, I personally, I think Joe is probably has a different answer, but I would say I like the desert. I like New Mexico and Arizona, and I liked being out in the desert actually.
We drove
So
cross country for our honeymoon, just in our
yeah,
car, and Utah was absolutely beautiful. Like I loved driving through there.
I have been telling Joe that like Utah, I feel like yeah, we haven't spent a lot of time there, I don't think. Have we?
I have, but I don't like Utah.
Joe doesn't like Utah, he
You
said.
don't like Utah? Yeah, I
Well,
was surprised.
you
No,
need to
there's so
find the
many
right,
cool things. No, there's so
yeah,
many
you need to
cool
find
things
the
there.
right,
It is an awesome state, but I just don't like. I don't know things about
he
it.
must have his own experiences, negative experiences. We'll make new memories there. Whatever happened to you in Utah. Like, I don't know. There's some really cool places there.
Yeah. Yeah, we went out to Vegas, like drove all the way out to Vegas and then like looped back, and it was beautiful out there. I cannot wait to go back.
Yeah, I know. We
The
still have
Pacific
so
Northwest trip
many
was really fun.
places to go. It's like never ending, you know?
Yeah.
We really liked the Pacific Northwest too, obviously. Like everybody likes driving through there, even though it's like cloudy and like, it was like so cool.
Yeah. Have you guys been up to like Maine?
We have not. We haven't had much luck with like the East Coast as far as like schoolies. Like,
And by the time we get done with farming, it's cold
yeah,
there.
yeah. We usually like try to get south. By the time we
Yeah.
get on the road for fall and everything, we're just like going
We go
south,
straight south.
like to get that
Yeah.
warm.
That's
So
our
we
plan.
haven't-
Like if we can, because we own a farm right now and
Yeah,
we like raise meat chickens and stuff. But then in the
yeah,
winter, it's kind of just like, I mean, we're right on Lake Erie and it's freezing and cold and horrible. So it would
yeah.
be
No,
so
we know.
amazing for us to be able to just go down south
Yeah,
or
we
out
know.
west. But what is like your biggest piece of advice for someone who's trying to, make the transition to live on a bus?
Yeah, well, so I always like when people are asking about that type of topic, like I always recommend like doing like a test trip, like I don't know if you can on like go RVing or whatever. I know you can like rent RVs too
Yeah.
in some places. I'm like, try it out and like, it's gonna be awkward. It's always awkward at first, but like if that's something you want to do, I'm like, just go for it. Like we honestly had like no plan. We didn't like, you know what I mean? We didn't like strategize or anything. We just kind of like threw ourselves into it, and it was stressful and hard in the beginning, and then you adapt and you get in your routine or whatever. So I mean, I would just say hope for the best and expect the worst.
Yeah,
And
I mean, you can't ever prepare for it. I feel like you're just,
right, exactly. Like it kind of was just like thrown upon us because our friend was like, "Hey, do you want this bus?" And we were just like, "Okay." And then like we just started building it right away, and it's kind of like happened. You know what I mean? So, if I mean, I don't even know if we would actually plan on doing it. Like, I don't know.
yeah.
You
So
can't
you guys
be.
weren't like watching videos and
No,
No.
it just kind of like fell onto our laps, and we were just like, okay, let's do it.
that's so awesome. I feel like that's
Yeah.
even better. Like we've been watching videos for like a year and a half now, and we're just like, I feel like we second guess everything. So
Yeah,
I think that's great advice. Just kind of
I
test
feel
it
like
out
it's
and then
better
do
to
it.
just hop into it.
Yeah.
There's no better figure it out as you go. That's what we've been doing, is just like figuring it out as we go. But
Yeah.
I don't know. And then I don't know, going onto other people's buses has been super helpful too. Like if you are planning on doing it, like talking to other bus people or whatever, that has been huge. Like because everybody has so many good ideas, like stuff like I didn't think of, and I go onto someone else's bus and I'm like, oh, because it's so custom, it's
Yeah.
like there's RVing and then there's like, bus building and everything is like you're making everything from scratch. And so to see everybody's like creativities and different ideas and it's like it's mind boggling.
Yeah. I
I'm
love
like, oh, I
watching.
never would have thought to do that.
Yeah.
So it's like talking to other bus people, that's like getting other ideas. I'm not
Yeah.
really as full of knowledge as Joe is, so like I would go to him for
Joe's
questions.
the
I learn a lot from him. Yeah.
That's great.
Yeah.
Did you guys have
Yeah.
experience with like building prior, or you're just figuring it out as you go?
Not at all. I mean, obviously, so Joe like is one of those people, he just like knows how to do everything. It's really annoying. But yeah, no, I mean, he built like a barn before, but he doesn't really have like building experience, but he just like figures it out as he goes. And I don't know how he does it.
Yeah, I'm
I'm
not that
just,
way either.
I'm just there to help. I'm like, okay, like, that sounds good. He's really good at like,
I was a mechanic.
well, so he's a mechanic, so I feel like mechanics just know how to do everything somehow.
Yeah. Yeah, that's
Yeah,
really
so he
helpful.
builds engines, so I guess building engines, building buses, I guess it carries over. Really, I don't know.
That's great. Do you have anyone who like influenced you to do it? Well, you said you kind of just
Yeah,
jumped
see,
right in.
yeah, that's a hard question because I wasn't. I mean, I remember when we got the bus, like I thought we were weird, and like I remember going on Instagram and like I think using the hashtag like school bus conversion, and like so much stuff popped up, and I remember being like overwhelmed, like this is like a whole new world, like there's so many other people out there doing this, and I was like amazed. I'm trying to think of like the first people, like the honeymoon dockers, I think, are one of the first ones, like nautical nomads are like some of the first people. Like who did I first? It was basically just Instagram and like Pinterest. I remember there being like stuff on there, but yeah, there was no. Oh, there was a documentary too on Netflix that
Oh, really?
came out or whatever. What was it
Yeah, we
called?
watched that.
Expedition Happiness
Yeah,
or
we watched
something.
that before we did any Instagram stuff.
Yeah, we saw that before I even went on Instagram, and they converted a school bus. I don't know if it's on Netflix anymore, but it's a documentary about like how they travel on the school bus. But they went like hardcore. They like, and I was like, I don't know if I'm gonna travel like that crazy. But yeah, I think that was like when we were like, okay, we can do this. Like this is cool.
Yeah. Yeah, it is really cool. Do you guys have solar?
Yeah, I won't. I
And how
won't.
long does it last you?
I was gonna say like the solar category. I'm probably not great at like
Okay.
talking about.
We have what, I don't know. We have like a little,
Like,
1,000 or 1,200 watts of solar panels,
Mhm.
and we have 660 amp hours of battery. And it lasts like 3 days if we're getting like zero sun, but we're like even on cloudy days we get charged.
Yeah, that's
We
great.
never like run out of battery.
it's like that like balance of like we want shade obviously because we live in a metal bus, but then we have to have just enough sunlight for the solar panels to charge. So it's like
Yeah.
we're always like moving the bus to get like the perfect.
But
You know
we
what I
run
mean?
like well pumps and lights and like
Yeah.
heavy duty stuff on it.
I mean, we could run our AC, but it would just kind of suck it down if we're not getting
We
like.
couldn't do other stuff.
Yeah, we won't be able to like do anything else. But
Does it get really hot on your bus?
I mean, if
yeah,
it's really hot outside, it gets hot.
honestly, so our bus is partially finished. So like from like the middle to the front, it's just spray foam. We haven't done like the what's it called, like the wooden board.
Like the finish.
Yeah, we haven't done that. But like in the back it is. And the whole like half back of the bus is like so much better.
Like the spray foam makes a difference, but there's still exposed metal ribbing in here.
Yeah, so like once you finish it, I feel like the temperature will be so much better regulated. But it already is just from like doing half of the bus. It's like amazing.
But we also have like spray foam, then foam board, and
Yeah.
then reflectic. So we have like
Yeah.
2.5 inches of
So he's been
insulation.
doing the
Oh,
spray
wow.
foam, a layer of this like space shiny stuff, and then like the wooden boards over it, and that has been life changing. It's like crazy.
Yeah, we were like deciding between spray foam and boards of what we're gonna do.
Yeah,
We haven't.
it's
I don't
hard.
know.
There's just so many options, and it's like,
There's a big uproar about spray foam. and
yeah,
I can
this
go
is
on
like a
about an
very
hour. I can go
controversial
on forever
topic
about it.
too. Everybody's like so opinionated about this matter, about any like I feel like anything that comes to like solar, like how you do your solar and how you insulate, like that is like I'm like afraid to talk about it sometimes. They'll get really like intense about it.
God forbid, don't talk about the spray foam.
Like don't come at us for spray foaming because some people are really like against it.
Why?
But like it's very like obvious in our bus. I'm like, don't mind this.
Because some people
everyone-
believe it off gases, but it only off gases if it's not done properly.
If you don't mix it like accurately, like
It can be
it can
hazardous.
be like toxic or whatever. But then like when it dries, it's not. So like people, I don't know, they say it's like bad for the earth.
It's like an inert object once it's dried and mixed together, but if you don't do it right, it can be like a toxic product.
Yeah. And I mean, you obviously like he wore like the whole
yeah.
thing. You're supposed to wear like the face thing and the suit and the, when he was doing it. But once it dries, it's like not.
It's the
I don't
same
know.
thing as foam board.
But other people might have other things to say about it.
Oh well.
Yeah. Let's not go there. Let's move on.
What is one myth about living on a bus that you want to debunk?
Yeah.
would you say?
I'm trying to think of like, oh man. I feel like a myth is that like it's weird. There's a ton of myths. Like some myths are it's like either people think that you're really poor and like living like you're a dirty hippie and you don't ever shower. Or people that like know about this stuff are like, how do you have all the money to do this? Like, are you guys trust fund babies and like all this stuff? It's like we're just regular people. Like, do you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, I feel like there is like total opposite ends of the spectrum.
so many questions. I think because it's different, they're like appalled by it.
But
But
you
like,
can do it 1,000 different ways.
yeah, and
Right.
also people think that we're just in our bus 24/7, and like most people that do this lifestyle are outdoor people. Like this is just our vessel to like, come in to sleep and like obviously use the facilities or whatever, but like we're outside most of the time. So the whole point of having the bus is to like maximize our outdoor space and like have our outside space be changing
We're
all the
outside
time.
all the time.
Yeah, so it's like the like people that like feel bad for our kids are like, oh, I can't believe we all live in there. It's like our backyard is like never ending. Like we have the outside is our backyard. Like you know what I mean? It's like we're not in the bus all the time. So concerned about the kids. Like,
Yeah.
so concerned.
Yeah.
They are thriving. They've been more social, like more happy,
We've
more
got families
adventurous.
with like 8 kids in the bus.
Everyone's
But that's
like
a
so
little-
confused. Yeah, some people have like so many kids on a bus. I'm like, yeah, too. I'm little still. But it's like field trips are all the time. And we actually can visit more people, so we've been more social and we've met more people at different places. We've seen different cultures. We've seen, you know what I mean, so much and gone on different like experienced all these different places, and we wouldn't normally do that in a house.
Right.
So it's like, but people don't see it that way.
Right. Well, yeah. They see it through their own eyes, and that's it.
Yeah. Yeah, so I would say, yeah, the myth is just like us. They think that we don't shower. I'm like, we actually have a shower in here. We do shower, in fact, maybe not as often as everyone else will admit, but we do have a shower.
If you were in my shoes asking questions, what question would you ask yourself?
Well, so my favorite question is to like, well, I think you already asked this. I always love asking bus life people, well, like where their favorite places to go, and then also like what's their favorite thing about bus life, because everybody has like different.
Yeah. Where you said your favorite place was the desert.
Yeah. And then like why you love bus life or whatever. That's I love asking people that.
Why do you love
For
bus?
us, it's like the freedom, the freedom has been huge. Being able to like go anywhere, but also bring your house with you. And then especially like for the kids, like they always have the same like bed and like comfort. Like, we're always in changing environments, but we always have like our home and our personal things with us. And then just like having the freedom to go wherever we want and live off grid and like have our own power and like, do you know what I mean? Like just be on our own stuff. Like if the power goes out or whatever, like oh, we have solar power.
Yeah. Yeah. It's like talking with you or some of the other people. I just get so excited because there's days like this weekend where I was like, oh God, what the hell are we doing? Like, why are we doing this? This is, and then you like see people on Instagram or like talk to people like you. And it's like, okay, this is the spark that you need to like keep going, because I feel like it's hard. I mean, it's hard to like shell out all the money.
And even though, we did sacrifice a lot, like it's all so worth it. Like the good parts, I'm like, oh, I'm still so like, even though we had such a stressful time doing this or that or whatever, it's like, it's always so much more like worth it when you like are at a good place and you can go wherever you want. Like sometimes you forget like how great it is, and then I'm like, I remind myself like, oh, I'm so glad we did this. Everything that you go through, like to make it happen, like it's an adventure.
Did your bus ever break down?
I wouldn't say break down. We had issues with brakes, right? We haven't really like fully. I'm like afraid to say it.
Yeah. And now that I said that, I'm like, maybe I shouldn't have said that.
I refuse to get towed because I'm a mechanic, so I'll like jimmy stuff together to get us to make it back.
We will never get towed.
Yeah.
Like Joe is too proud.
No, well, we've been on the side of the road for hours fixing something.
Yeah, we will be on the side of the road for days until Joe figures it out and gets it going somehow. Knock on wood. We definitely have had our issues though.
No, but I'm like, we do a lot of like, I do pre-trip inspections and like grease everything. So like once we got the bus and got familiar with the bus and I fixed everything that was like, this bus sat for like 10 years. So we had to fix a whole bunch of mechanical stuff. But since we've done all that, we haven't broke down in like 30,000 miles.
Yeah, he's super good at like keeping up with it, like things that I never would have think like if like going through
that's what I did.
The mountains when it's really hot, like he's thinking about like what the engine's doing and like what the engine needs, which I never would have, like mechanic things. So he's always checking certain things and keeping up with it. And I think that's because people have asked us like, how come you guys have been like so many places and you guys like you don't have any problems with your bus? Because we always get people messaging like this is happening and it's overheating, and I'm like, well, yeah, because Joe's like constantly like tending to our bus to put like.
And I flushed all the fluids, so I know the maintenance records. I
always on top of it.
Do things to prevent breakdowns.
He's always like predicting like what the next thing would happen. So
that's great.
We've been lucky, I guess. I mean, not lucky. It's not just like we've been hoping that it's fine. It's like he's been keeping up with it.
Where can people find you online?
So I'm mostly on Instagram, which is us.onabus. And then I do have YouTube and TikTok. TikTok is the same as Instagram. It's like us.onabus. And then I think our YouTube is just us on a bus without the dot. Okay. It's hard to keep up with all of the things,
I know.
Like, why can't there just be one main social media and like all like connect?
I'm
Yeah, well,
so
thank you
excited
for
that
doing
we
this.
connected and got this to work. I know we've been talking back and forth all day.
I know. I feel like I know you like because we're Instagram friends, but like it would be nice
Yeah,
to meet you in real life someday.
I
So
know. I
what's
hope
your
we get
what
to.
when's
uh,
your goal like for getting your best friend?
We gave ourselves 2 years, but I really think that as long as this winter isn't really harsh, that we'll be able to get it done in a year.
Yeah.
It really depends on the weather because
Yeah.
by fall we're gonna have the whole like outside done. So then we can move on the inside and work on that in the winter. We can put like space heaters in there while we're working. It really depends. And it depends on the price of everything, you know.
We
We're
know
trying.
how it is.
Yeah,
Well, good luck to you guys. Keep us updated.
I will. And I hope we
Yeah.
can actually meet in person one day.
Yeah. Thanks for doing this.
Yes,
Inviting me.
thank you. I appreciate it.
All right. Well, we'll talk soon.
Okay, thank you.
All right. Bye.
Bye-bye.